G'day everyone, it is the Captain. Welcome back to the channel. Big thank you, of course, to each and every one of you that like and subscribe to these videos, and you share them with your mates, your pals, your buddies, your love source connections, if you would. And thank you for your comments as well. And hey, big shout out to the lady that decided to act out one of these videos using nothing but hand puppets. That was really cool to see. Thanks very much. Alright, tonight we are travelling all the way back over to New Zealand. That's right, New Zealand, the country that sits at the kiddies table at Christmas. And we're catching up with one of the sovtards there that, well, you're not going to believe this, but he's not a bit of a fan of this whole policing thing. Let's see how this plays out for him, shall we? I'll give you the hot tip. I think we know how it ends.
How are you, sir?
Good, you?
Good, thank you. Breath test this morning.
Oh, yeah?
You should have counted to 5 for me.
No, thanks.
You're not going to count to me?
Nope.
Why's that?
I don't answer questions.
Are you being for real?
I don't answer questions.
Okie dokie. Why's that for?
I don't answer questions.
Alright, sir. Have you been drinking this morning?
I don't answer questions.
Let's get my machine to warm up again. Let's get a pull up over here for me.
Sure.
The policeman sounds extremely confused, and I think it's because he's wondering how this mummified foreskin held together by flex tape manages to dress himself in the morning, let alone function in society. Now, in New Zealand, they do set up what's known as a breath screening test. This is where they check for your blood alcohol level in your breath. They would normally ask you to either blow in a machine or count to 5 so it can register on another machine. Now, in New Zealand, you do have the right to refuse to do these tests. However, police do have another section within inside this Land Transport Act of 1998 that they can rely on in order to get information that they require. We'll learn more about that during this video, but let's just say it doesn't go the way that the sovtard thinks it's going to go.
You are?
My name is Detective Kumura. My QID is DKBK30.
DK.
Delta Kilo, Bravo Kilo 30.
Gotcha.
Okay, I'm a police officer here in Palmerston North. At
Good
the
on
moment, we're conducting a roadside breath testing under an operation called Op Ethos. Okay, I've just asked you to give me to breathe into the machine. You refuse to do that. Any reason why you want to refuse to do that?
I don't answer questions.
You don't answer questions? Can you give me your name?
My surname is...
And your first name, sir?
So this clown's cock that's come to life is kind of right here under section 114 of the Land Transport Act of 1998 in New Zealand. He is required to give his name, address, phone number, date of birth and occupation if asked. It goes on to state that, you know, identifying a police officer, so I'm surprised he didn't pull that card out of his hat as well. Now, you will see his writing turn up from time to time on the screen. Pay no attention to it because it gets all bullshit from here.
Can I ask why you're recording me?
Is it against the law, is it?
No, but it's not against the law for me to ask. Is there any reason why you're recording me?
I don't answer questions.
Alright. Sorry, what was your first name again? Your date of birth? Okay, thank you very much. I just need to ask you, just part of the Land Transport Act under 114, I've actually got your details because we've stopped you. It's okay. Do you understand that? Yep. Any reason why you don't want to give a breath test this morning?
I don't answer questions. What don't you understand?
He doesn't understand how you, an alien sex toy, can't follow a set of simple instructions. He just wants you to blow in a machine. It can't be that difficult. You're used to blowing into inanimate objects most of your life, like that blow-up sheep that you got. Now, we don't talk about it, but we know when you squeeze it, it goes and that's fine. That's fine if whatever gets your rocks off. You want to know what difficult is? Difficult is the bloody treasure hunt that Kristen Wiig once sent me on. I had to look through the apartment we shared together for months trying to find all the naked photos that she had put in different little places. But I tell you what, once I found all of them, the reward was pretty fucking sweet.
No, I understand that, but
Yeah, right.
I don't understand is that we're actually doing a
It doesn't
road
matter.
stop.
It doesn't matter. I'm
Yeah.
not obliged to talk to you.
No, you're not. But
I only have to answer 5 questions, and you haven't asked them. So
5 questions.
yeah,
I
you
have asked.
should know that. Yeah, I know.
Why are you shaking?
Well, wouldn't you be when a police officer
I
comes
haven't
up
been
to you?
aggressive. I mean, I've just been actually quite
Yeah.
nice here, being
Okay.
quite polite.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just wanting to know why you're not wanting to give a breath test.
I don't answer questions. How many times do I have to say it?
All right.
I only have to answer 5 questions, and that's it.
Okay. All right.
So the detective heads over to the boss and he goes, "Hey boss, you see cock in the eye Joe here. I believe he wants to play fuck around and find out." And of course the sergeant says to cock in the eye Joe, he goes, "Is that true, mate? You want to play a bit of fuck around and find out?" And of course fuckface goes, "Of course I do. That's exactly why I've come here today. I just want to play fuck around and find out. It will be fucking choice, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go put my genitals on, get my chili bin, and we'll have a fucking good day." So the coppers go over some footage of last time they played the game, and the sergeants agreed, "All right, well, it's obviously my turn to punch him in the throat. So let's get the game onward, shall we?"
G'day. I'm the sergeant here on this operation at the moment. I've dealt with you in the past.
Oh, Sergeant Murphy, is it?
Yes, that's the one.
Oh, right, yeah.
But all we're doing is just doing a breathalyzer
Yeah,
test
sure.
just to make sure that people
Yeah.
have got no alcohol in the
finished?
system. Yep, that's good. Yep. So that's the reason why we're doing this test, okay?
Yep.
Just to make sure that people on their lines are safe and that there's no form of accidents around there due to alcohol systems.
Yeah, look,
okay?
you're doing your job. I haven't got a problem with that.
Yeah, so
You know,
we need
good
to,
on you. All power to you.
So I need to make sure that you are legally okay to drive the cars on the road. Okay, so I need to make sure you've got no alcohol in the system. Right, so now I require you just to do a passive test. Right, so all it is just to count into this machine to make sure you've got no alcohol in the system.
Is that the correct wording, is it?
Right, but without delay. Alright, so
Yeah, no, I
that's what
refuse.
right, you're refusing.
Yeah.
Right, so
Why is it that subtards all have the same attitude? Like, this guy's attitude would be the same attitude that a wombat that was molested by a billy goat would have. Mate, you're making life hard for the police because Mother Nature made it that the only way you can get an erect penis is looking at pumpkins in G-strings. We know it. We all know it. It's on the internet now, so it has to be true. You, Mr. Sovtard, only get an erect penis when looking at pumpkin porn. Congratulations, you sick fuck.
in that case then, right, because we need to ensure that you're actually safe to drive.
No, just do what you got to do.
Yeah, oh, okay. Right, so what we need to do then is that, because we don't know if you're safe or not to drive, okay, so we need to make sure that people in the public are safe. So we may have to leave the car here and have to go and sort somewhere how you're going to actually be able to drive the car. Because I can't leave you not knowing that you're not safe to drive the car. You got that?
I don't answer questions.
No, you can't. That's right. Well then, we'll do is, we've got no choice though. So we need to make sure we're safe. And people are safe as well.
It's an easy test to do.
Yeah, so we might need just to take the keys off them. Take the keys off
Sure.
them if you can walk.
Make sure it's locked, see?
So we've got
So Peter Pumpkin Eater has been told to hand over his keys and accompany the copper back to the station. Now, seeing as he quoted the Land Transport Act, he quoted Section 114, we'll quote Section 59 that pretty much says that you need to accompany an enforcement officer. So the copper asks you to come back to the station. Based on the law that you want to follow, it states you need to go with him, otherwise, get this and stick with me here, you're breaking the fucking law!
So what I'm doing is going to issue you, I'm going to take your keys off you, because I don't believe that you're safe, because you don't want to go through this, because it's the only way that I can actually find out if you are safe to be on the roads, okay? So I will, for this, you can get a doctor's certificate, and they say that you are okay to drive and come down back to the station. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Nope. It's not what the law says.
Will you tell me what the law
No, it's not for me to explain to you. It's for you to know it.
Yeah, well, I've told you the reasons why we're doing this test.
Maybe the reasons, but is that the law?
This is why we're here, to make
Okay.
sure that people are actually safe. Yeah, you know that. You know we've dealt together a number of times, and you know that I've always explained myself to you on what we've done. Right? we're just going to get some notebooks, some note stuff to give to you, some documents to make sure that it's all guided by.
So, the Sarge has actually dealt with knob-gobbling Nathan a few times in the past. The last time he actually dealt with him, there was a phone call from one of the farmers. He goes, there's a stranger in my barn. He seems to be doing something unholy to our pumpkins, and we need you to come down here and move him on. So the Sarge turned up then and put him in cuffs and took him away. Unfortunately, we all know once he was put into cuffs, well, his penis stood up. So that was awkward for everyone involved. Anyway, the cop's going to run off, make a quick phone call to the bookie, let the bookie know that fuck around and find out is all go, and he may as well put a bet on himself because he knows he's got a good chance in winning.
Why am I being detained? Why haven't you done the proper procedure so I can go? This is false imprisonment.
If you're under the Land Transport Act under Section 114, we're required to actually stop you to actually undergo, the stop.
The procedure. So do the procedure.
Okay. We've just been doing that procedure. You provide me your.
You haven't done the You've asked me for a passive breath test, and you've taken my keys and detained me.
Yes.
Now that's not what's supposed to happen. So you just do what you have to do, so I can go, please. Right. You are detaining me.
At the stage here, look here. We're undergoing the old breath test procedures, right?
Yep.
At the moment, you've actually refused to do a passive test.
Yep. What's next?
Right? The next one is, if you refuse to do a passive test, then you're required to accompany us down to the Palmerston Police Station.
Are you sure? You've got some other gear in your car?
No, listen to me. To undergo a evidential breath test, right?
Yep.
So at the moment, you refuse to do a passive test.
Yep.
Is that correct?
Correct.
Correct. Right. So my next step now is to require you, if you do not accompany me to the Palmerston Police Station or any other such station to undergo an evidential test, you will be arrested. Do you understand? I can read out your Bill of Rights as well if you want to, as well, because that's all part of it, because you have been detained at this stage.
Alright, you big giraffe cock, let's have a look at it here. Section 61 of the Land Transport Act. Person in charge of a motor vehicle causing injury or death. Not sure what this has to do with being in a breath screening test area, but alright, we'll play a game. You wanted us to look at part 1. A person commits an offence if the person in charge of a motor vehicle and causes bodily injury to or the death of a person whilst. And then it talks in part A about the alcohol that can be found on your breath, or part B, which talks about the alcohol intake in your blood. All right, let's have a look at part C that you wanted us to have a look at. Part C, you've got to be here somewhere, part C, surely. He said there was a part C. He said there was a part C, but the law tells me there isn't a part C. It's almost like you fucking made it up, or YouTube University gave you part C as part of your graduation program for being a cocksucker. All right, you know what? Fuck it. Sergeant, let's play fuck around and find out.
Right.
Yeah, I'll take the arrest.
Right. Okay. Right. What I'm going to do at the moment, I was going to go and get the notes. And
So I'm under arrest?
At this stage, you're detained at the moment, all right? You're detained to fulfil my
Am I under arrest? Am I under arrest?
If you're refusing, are you refusing to undergo a breath test procedures?
I'm refusing a passive breath test. What comes next?
Next test is the evidential test, right? So if you're not going to require, whether I'll read you your rights, say.
Well, I say anything to do say, maybe give them evidence, you have the right to consult, instruct the lawyer without delay and carry out that right in privacy. You're missing a step, mate.
Yeah?
Yeah. Tried to tell you, you're ignoring it, so let's go. Arrest me.
What part am I ignoring?
Arrest me.
I know you've dealt with us many times before, okay?
Look, the cop has done everything he could not to play fuck around and find out, because he knows it doesn't end well for everybody when he's involved. But this dickhead's given him no choice. It's like this guy, he would be the human equivalent of bloody toothpaste and orange juice mix. That's what this fuckwit would be. All right, fuck it. You know what? Come on, let's play fuck around and find out. Let's do it.
Alright? So I need to because at the moment he's refusing to do a piece of test, and I'm now required to go to accompany me to the police station. I'm going to read you a Bill of Rights as well, so you understand what that is. Obviously you already know because they've actually referred it back to me, right?
Yep. I accept the fact that you've given me my Bill of Rights.
Yes.
Okay?
That's right.
Yep.
So those Bill of Rights. Yeah. So what I need to do is I need to return back down to the station because he's refusing to undergo a depressive test. Right.
So I'm under arrest?
You're detained.
No, am I under arrest?
If you refuse to.
I have refused a passive breath test.
Yes.
Do you understand that? That's what you've said to me.
Yeah. But are you refusing to come accompany me back down to the station? To undergo
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
That's what I said. So now you're under arrest.
Okay, I'm under arrest. Right. Do you want to cuff me?
Yeah.
Don't turn off, please.
Why do you need it on while we're in the...
Okay. Bill of Rights, mate. Another lawsuit.
Bill of Rights. You reckon? Right.
Yep.
Let me go. So you
Section 14.
Section 114.
No, Section 14 of the Bill of Rights. It's my right to film.
Alright, well, let's have a quick look, shall we, of the Bill of Rights, Section 14, freedom of expression. Everyone has the right to freedom of expression, including the freedom to seek, receive, and impart information and opinions of any kind in any form. I can't see where it says can film myself whilst under custodial arrest. I can't see can be a drain on the society and legal system of New Zealand. Haven't been able to find that anywhere in the Bill of Rights of New Zealand. Not one spot. So if you have that written down somewhere, which isn't in handwriting or in crayon, please send it through to me. Would love to read it. But apart from that, I'm going to guess that you're not 100% sure on the Bill of Rights. Just throwing it out there. I'm not even from your country and I know it. So how does that fucking work? Anyway, that of course brings us to the end of the video, boys and girls and children of all ages. That's it. That's all she wrote. We can pack it up. We can put it away for another day. I don't know. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and a big thank you, of course, to each and every one of you that like and subscribe to the videos, and you leave your comments as well. Feel free to reach out to me on my email address. You'll find that in the links below. But apart from that, that is it. I have a big appointment I've got to get to. I've got to glue some googly eyes onto my ball sack and do a bit of a puppetry of the penis, if you would, for my loving partner. So, yeah, wish me luck. I'm lonely. All right.